G'day. My partner and I have been travelling Australia the last 2.5 years in our Volkswagen, and recently we've upgraded to this setup that we just fitted out the last couple of months and are now living in full time. Today I'm going to talk about the battery that we decided to go with to power our entire electrical system and live completely off-grid full time. Obviously, having spent the last 2.5 years on the road, we've definitely had our fair share of changes when it's come to our electrical system. I'm definitely no expert in the matter, which is probably why there have been multiple changes that we've had. However, there are things that we have learned that I'd like to then just share with anyone else that's looking to set up their own adventure vehicle, and hopefully this helps you in some way. Our original van setup, we had a 100 amp hour deep cycle battery, which for anyone that knows anything about anything would realize that was definitely not enough. Being full-time photographers and videographers on the road means charging camera batteries, drone batteries, phones and laptops. So then we ended up upgrading to a 190 amp hour deep cycle battery that was a slimline that fit behind the driver's seat. One of the biggest issues with deep cycle batteries is just how big, cumbersome and heavy they are, and obviously as well really making sure that you're taking care of that battery long term, because if you do deplete it too much, the lifespan on it drops dramatically. Back when doing that setup, lithium was starting to emerge a lot more. However, there were a couple of reasons we didn't go with it when we went for the upgrade. Number one being that price point was really high. Number two was the fact that it also didn't manage that well with high heat. Now, living on the road in a small vehicle, particularly traveling to hot places, I just didn't really want the fact that there could be something that doesn't handle heat literally in a confined space. It just didn't seem safe to me, and it didn't make sense when I didn't think the technology was just there. Now, however, the two main concerns of mine have been completely gone. That price point's dropped dramatically, and they're built way more rugged to withstand a bunch of different environmental elements that previously I don't think there was the confidence in them to have. Because of that, we decided to go with the iTechWorld 120X 120 amp hour lithium battery for our setup. When thinking about our setup, I still wasn't 100% sure exactly where I wanted the battery to go. Now, the 120X lithium battery is able to be kept in your engine bay, which was a huge thing for me. To me, it tells me that, number one, it's fine with really high temperatures, and it's fine being out getting wet, dirt, etc. to still be able to work completely optimally. I wasn't sure exactly where we were going to put it. I wanted to see if it could fit in the engine bay, or if not, whether it would fit in a couple other little nooks and crannies underneath the vehicle. After assessing it and figuring it all out, we still decided that it's fine to fit underneath the couch in the back here. A big thing being for that is that it was so small and so light. Now, as I said, the previous batteries we had was so big and cumbersome and just take up so much space. This thing was tiny, like you can hold it in one hand, it's ridiculous. So we figured we might as well just whack it under the bed, and that'll be a nice centrally located spot to be able to connect all of our electrical system to it. I also wanted to know that if we did change the setup in the future, I'm buying for long term. So with a lithium battery, the lifespan is far greater than a deep cycle battery. So because of that, if we did change it, it means I can get a bracket, put it in the engine bay if I like. I can get a bracket, put it on the outside, and know that I don't need to change my battery just because my system's changed. I've still got a top quality product that has maximum storage for our needs, and it's able to withstand the elements. That 120 amp hours powers all of our 12 volt system, which includes our tap for outside, our Sirocco fan, our LED strip lights, our fridge, and of course the inverter that powers our 240 volt sockets in the front. As I said, charging all of our camera gear, laptops, phones, drones, all that jazz. So far, we've barely depleted the battery ever, which I'm so shocked about. The way it's held its charge, and then if it has started to deplete, or we've plugged in our solar blanket to recharge it, it's charged so efficiently, it's insane. It has blown me away at how quickly this gains charge again, and we couldn't be happier with how smoothly the system's running with that 120 amp hour battery being at the center of the whole system. As I said, I'm no expert in the topic. However, I do hope this gives some sort of information and can help you with planning your own electrical system and future build. Please, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section and I'll try my best to answer them. See you on the road.